Am I crooked? Hey Fuzzy Buddies, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be here celebrating with you all the new year, and then also we're celebrating that we have hit 400 subscribers here on this channel. So I'm so grateful, so excited, and I'm excited for what's going to be coming this year. Starting off, I wanted to do something that we haven't done here on the channel in a while, and I thought it would be fun as our 400 subscriber special kind of video. Honestly, actually, I had another video planned, but we're not doing that one. We scrapped that one. If you don't know what Blind Date with a Puzzle is, let me tell you. So if you're familiar with like BookTube or BookTok, they do a thing that's called Blind Date with a Book, where basically like a seller or just a fellow creator or a friend or whomever grabs a book for them, picks it out for them, wraps it up so that they can't see it, and gives it to them. And then you have a blind date with the book. Here we do Blind Date with a Puzzle, and my husband is the one responsible for picking the puzzles for us. And if you watch the last one, which I'll have linked, you'll know that he likes to be a bit creative with the prompts that I give him. So yeah, I asked him to get me somewhere between a 300 to 500 piece puzzle. It is here in this bag. This is my Will and a Win merch, but it's here in this bag in a Ziploc. No box or anything, so I don't know what brand, I don't know the piece count, I don't know the image. I'm just going to take it out the bag and start puzzling and see how long it takes. I'm not like speed puzzling this because I literally don't know what I'm doing, but I will time myself purely out of curiosity to see how long it takes me to figure out what this man has given me. So let's get into it. Also, I've changed up my background. Let me know, is it too cluttered? Is it okay? Is it cluttered? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Okay, so I got my puzzling playlist going, and then I went ahead and pulled the pieces out of the bag. And immediately as I was looking at them, I saw something that made me realize I think I know exactly what this is a picture of. And then the backing wasn't blue on the pieces, so I knew that it wasn't a Ravensburger. And also the pieces seemed to be like too thick to be either like a Seco or a Buffalo. So I wasn't sure about what brand it would be. And then I pulled all the pieces out and got them flipped, and I realized that it had to be Tengen from Demon Slayer, who you can tell by the fact that I have a figurine of him is one of my favorite characters from that show. I also even have like a desk mat of him, but I figured that was too much to be pulling out everything, so I just pulled out my little figurine. So knowing who the picture was a puzzle, knowing who this was a puzzle of definitely helped, but of course I still didn't know what the full image was. So I started off, there were some pieces that had this like wooden sort of texture to it, so I went ahead and did those first because there are only like 10 or so of those pieces, so I figured it'd be good to start there. And it turns out that as I kept going, that it definitely seemed to have been the bottom of the puzzle, so I kind of got lucky in that sense. And then the pieces with the logo were pretty easy to pull out, so I went and did those pretty quickly. And then I was just kind of sorting. I'd put like the white pieces of border to one little pile, and then I had like the pieces of all the rest of the border, which was all basically the same. So I definitely was not looking forward to doing those. And there were some more brown pieces, but they weren't like the same kind of wooden-ish texture, so I wasn't sure what that was. So I kind of skipped out on that, and I moved on to, I don't even know what I was doing. What was I doing here? Oh, there were some pieces with this like flowery sort of background, and that seemed to be attached to the wooden parts, so I was kind of filling that in as much as I could. And then I did get a little bit confused at one point because there are some pieces that have this like green and reddish, like burgundy maroon sort of plaid type of pattern. So at first I thought, oh my goodness, at first I thought that maybe there was a second character in this image because it kind of resembled like the outfit that one of the other characters wears. But that wasn't the case. I kind of figured out because I was like, there's no other faces, I don't think. So I was a little confused for a minute, but I got past that. I was kind of working on his two swords, and then also there was this like swirly green and cloudish type of background or something. I don't know what it was, but I pulled those pieces out and I was trying to put those together. And also his gold like arm cuffs, I was putting those together as well. Doing these blind dates with the puzzle are definitely fun because it challenges me to really just go based off of what I'm seeing in front of me and not being able to rely on the box or anything like that. And in this case, I do know who the character is, but still not knowing what exactly is supposed to go where really still threw me off. Because like, okay, I know he has arm cuffs, I know he has the swords, but I'm like, okay, are the swords in front of him? Are the swords behind him? Which way are his arms supposed to be going? You know, it still is kind of hard. I was getting stuck elsewhere, so I moved on to his face, which wasn't too bad. And then as I got his face together, I realized that those other brown pieces kind of came out of his head. So I was able to get that together. And then the white border pieces attached to that. And I filled in some of his swords. And then I kind of figured out where his arms were supposed to be. And then came like the most challenging parts of this puzzle. And that is his pants and then the like background border parts. Because his pants are black. And in the puzzle, which I figure out after the fact, is kind of like black and blue, kind of showing different shading of his legs. And then the border, it's one kind of big pattern, but it's very faint. And also the pieces were slightly glossy, not terrible, but that did make it hard to see, especially like farther away from me. I couldn't quite tell. So I was really having to take some time to line up the pieces and just do my best. So I literally was just going like one by one, piece by piece, filling in the edges as best I could. I cut that out because trust me, y'all weren't missing nothing. And then I just kind of went from there and filled in the rest. Honestly, I like this puzzle. I will say that I said like 80 to 90% of the pieces were only 2 ins and 2 outs, which I don't understand why puzzles are like that, where they do have different piece shapes, but then it's still mostly 2 ins and 2 outs. If somebody knows what that is about, please let me know. And the pieces were a little bit glossy, but nothing too bad. As far as the hold goes, if we're using our little 1 to 5 scale that we've been doing, I would say the hold on these pieces was like a 2-ish. I definitely could move maybe like 2 or 3 pieces at a time, but anything more than that and it was falling apart. And the pieces were pretty small, but they had like a nice thickness to it, so it was pretty satisfying to like put the pieces together. We are coming up on the end of this puzzle, and you know how I said I was going to time myself? I did not. So I'm not really sure how long I spent. Based off my camera footage, I'm gonna say it's maybe like an hour and a half-ish, hour 45 total. And then as I was getting down to the last few pieces, my husband and baby came in to kind of cheer me on, so that was cute. And yeah, we're done. My husband got this puzzle from like a random seller, random shop off of Amazon, but he can't really find it now. But I did find the same image, same piece count from a different brand. So I'll have that linked to my Amazon storefront along with anything else that you've seen on my channel. I want to thank you guys so much again for 400 subscribers. I'm so grateful. Make sure that you like this video and subscribe so we can keep growing our community here. Follow me on TikTok for more puzzle fun, and I'll see you guys very soon.